Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And thank you for having me. The threat about the Muslim Brotherhood is severely undermined and misunderstood, both in America and internationally. The Muslim Brotherhood is the incubator of modern Islamic terrorism. The organization modeled itself according to its own leader and co-founder of the secret apparatus, Ali Ashmawi. The organization is modeled after the 11th and 12th century cult of Al-Hashashin, which is the original word for assassins, which became assassin and then assassins. The Muslim Brotherhood are the modern assassins. They have created an organization with two facades, the general bureau or general apparatus and the secret apparatus. Unfortunately, they have been incredibly successful in the propaganda narrative that they have convinced the West that they have dismantled the secret apparatus. And it is actually not only false, but moreover, the secret apparatus is the governing body of the Muslim Brotherhood group. Now, when you look at Hamas, Hamas is the Palestinian wing of the Muslim Brotherhood according to its own words from its 1988 charter and its 1992 charter. When you look at Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, Ayman al-Zawahiri, and Abdullah Azzam were all card-carrying members of the Muslim Brotherhood until the day they died. And that is not my conspiracy theory. That is according to the Muslim Brotherhood's own words. Islamic State or ISIS or ISIL, the leader of ISIS was a card-carrying member of the Muslim Brotherhood. Al-Zarqawi, who introduced video decapitations to the world, was a member of the Muslim Brotherhood. According to the secret apparatus' own bylaws, before a member starts to embark on establishing a jihadist group, he has to pretend to sever ties with the main organization and keep his affiliation clandestine, even from his own family members. The Muslim Brotherhood calls its program the industry of death. That is not the subtitle of my book is not my hyperbolic interpretation of the group. They say we are an industry of death. We come to you with slaughter. That's a quote. That's what they say when they speak in Arabic. When they speak in English or French or German, they say, we are a political organization that wants dignity, democracy, freedom, crisis. All these words have theological, different interpretations and meanings according to the Muslim Brotherhood's own writings. For example, the word crisis is utilized to activate jihad. They have cloaked their mission in religious terminology to be able to evade intelligence agencies and evade detection. And the project of the secret apparatus has various divisions. One of its most important division is the international apparatus. And that is the body that controls is not only Sunni Islamism, also Shia Islamism in incredible amount of countries, actually in the vast majority of the countries where they operate under the guise of the international apparatus. The members of the international apparatus call themselves the vanguards of organized invasion. That's a very self-explanatory title of who they say they are. When they tell you we are the vanguards of organized invasion, we should believe them. Now, that program also has an intelligence apparatus. The intelligence apparatus of the secret apparatus is also headed by the head of the secret apparatus. And it operates it operates also in every single country where the Muslim Brotherhood exists. The Muslim Brotherhood's mode of operation takes two forms. One is the political one, where the General Bureau acts as a PR facade for the group, and it also has the more sinister and violent body, which is the secret apparatus. The first mode of operation is armed jihad, and their genocidal intent is laid out in all of their writings, whether they are historic or modern, not only for the Jewish people, not only for Christians, not only for atheists, not only for the whole world. They also have a genocidal program for Muslims, which is called the blood tax, ضريبة الدم, where they believe they should ritually sacrifice Muslims to apologize to Allah for their abandonment of Sharia law, for the Muslim and Islamic abandonment of Sharia law. That is why they are not concerned. That is why they are responsible for every death that occurs in Gaza. That is why they theologically believe that this is important to sacrifice Muslims in their occultist literature. They have another sinister mode of operation, which is infiltration. So the first is violent jihad and the second is infiltration. A Muslim Brotherhood member is a soldier that conscripts every cell in his body to elevate his mission, whether they work as a janitor, whether they work in intelligence, whether they work in NGOs, in academia. They all cater to the Muslim Brotherhood program. According to Muslim Brotherhood leader, Sudanese Muslim Brotherhood leader and friends of Osama bin Laden, Al-Turabi, Hassan Al-Turabi, he said in 2016 in an interview aired on Al Jazeera that the Muslim Brotherhood controls the narrative about the group and about Islamism in Western and American intelligence agencies. And I believe him. When I came to America in 2011, it was news to me that the secret apparatus was dismantled because they brag about its existence and about its power, and it's about infiltration in Arabic, but they deny it when they speak to Westerners. They are also involved in trying to bridge the gap between Sunni and Shia militants. And that is an old project. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold. So they also bridge that gap. That project started in 1947, officially started in 1947, but the talks about it have been, they have been involved in talks with Shia militants a decade prior to that. And in 1947, the meeting between Islamists from across the world, Sunnis, including the Muslim Brotherhood, and it was headed by Ayatollah Muhammad Kashif al-Ghata of Iraq, where they have established something called the Kinship House for Proximity of Islamic Thought. And that Kinship House still exists in Iran today. And according to its own website, and not my conspiracy theory, it is responsible to bridge the gap and create a coalition between jihadists from both sects. We are dealing with a very intricate criminal enterprise that has utilized Nazi and Soviet both propaganda tactics and organizational tactics. The current structure of the Muslim Brotherhood was modeled after Joseph Stalin's apparatuses, the general apparatus or the general bureau, and the secret apparatus. The Muslim Brotherhood still, till today, adheres to Nazism. That is not hyperbolic, that is not analysis. The Muslim Brotherhood is indeed a Nazi organization. I'll give you one example. They call their children Hitler. We all know what the word Hitler means. One of those most famous Hitlers was Hitler Tantawi, Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak's Undersecretary of Defense. Egyptian President Mubarak's Undersecretary of Defense was called Hitler. President Mubarak's older son, Ala Mubarak, when the horrific attack started on October 7th, tweeted a picture of Hitler, and he says, Yom min Ayamak, which is basically Arabic for we yearn for one of your days. That is a Nazi organization. The slogan that they have started, Allah Hay, Hajj Muhammad Hitler Gay, which means God is alive, Hajj Muhammad Hitler is coming, has changed into Khaybar Ya Yahud, Jaysh Muhammad Ya Yahud, Sayaud, which means Khaybar, oh Jews, the army of Muhammad will return. And they are talking about the Jewish tribe of Khaybar, which was annihilated in early Islamic history. You cannot talk about Islamic terrorism cohesively without discussing the role, the very sinister and successful mission of the Muslim Brotherhood and its offshoots, whether they have publicly announced it or covertly operate there under the umbrella of the organization. What they call عملية جهادية حضارية, the civilization jihad operation, has been astoundingly successful in the West because they are able to talk in the terminology that would appear to Westerners. They latch on the cause du jour, whether it's racism or intersectionality, while they themselves are extremely racist, sexist, and xenophobic and anti-Semitic. So we have to pay serious attention to the Muslim Brotherhood. And I have struggled while writing my book I have deeply struggled to find an Islamist organization that is not involved with them until I found one, which was called the Kalakato, a very obscure organization in Somalia. But almost all of the most important ones are offshoots of the Muslim Brotherhood. And the West, unless every single Western country designates the incubator of terrorism as a terrorist organization, we do not stand a chance to successfully counter Islamic terrorism. Thank you.